Also just putting this into the chat as a pin. So, yeah, I'm just gonna put as a verbal warning to everyone again, just so it's in here at the start of the stream. We're playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, which is a game which, while it's PG-13, does have a lot of trigger warnings in it because of various issues, including harm to minors and adults, drug use, death, violence, mental health issues. There's a lot. It only describes it, doesn't go in full detail, but yeah. And with that out of the way, when we last finished off, we got attacked last time. Well, we didn't get attacked. The colony got attacked. And we also had our 11th birthday. So, yeah. Which means I think it's time that we keep on going and hopefully get through a bit more this time. And that's the plan, at least. If my stream will pick up the game. There we go. But you had to take a nap too, Zelshian. Yeah, it's been so hot. I don't like it. This kitty definitely not like me. Can I have like the sun of summer, but like the temperatures of like late autumn? That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's have a look around the colony. I don't know if anyone wants to talk to us. We got caught sneaking out before. That was sad. But that's not going to stop us. Yeah. You can almost talk to us. So, in which case, we could do sneaking out. How stressed are we? Are we stressed? Oh, we are very stressed. Okay, maybe it's not now a sneak out. What do we do? Possible? Toughness and bravery. Could get toughness and bravery. That could be a thing. Well, we could go work our job for a bit. I think that's organization perception. That could be nice. Should I get a bit of organizing here too? Yeah, let's go do that. It's been a while. About time to attend the meeting. Secret Fun Time Club. Mars started the SFC years ago when you were little kids. Tangent and Tammy agreed to join at the time. Then you got all busy other things, and then Tammy died. You met the normal concept room in command, which Mars says is the perfect for secret club. Club President Mars brings an order to the meeting. Tang, Vice President of writing down secret documents, records in a holopalm. As Vice President of Fun Ideas, it was your job to come up with something the club should do today. You choose making friendship bracelets, and brought all the supplies you'll need. Today, Mars announced, we're going to make some friendship bracelets, and I have a better idea. We're going to sell them for kudos. That isn't really how kudos are supposed to be used, but Mars is hard to argue with sometimes. You spend the afternoon building bracelets out of recycled bits of wire and bright plastic packaging straps. Your hearts aren't really in it, though. All three of you know that Tammy would have been much better at this. Making friendship bracelets was one of her things. She was always going out with people with nothing in return. Eventually, it's Mars who calls the meeting early. He takes all your misshapen bracelets, looks at them. I don't know if people want to trade these for kudos, but I'll do my best. I'll put a kudos in the club treasury. Meeting adjourned. You ask Tangent if she thinks Mars is actually going to sell them. I think so, Tang tells you. But the club doesn't even have a treasury. You're probably just going to keep the kudos for herself. She doesn't seem to care. No, that's not what I expected for the club, but okay. Okay. Well, do 2, 2, 2. That's probably the best I'm gonna get. That's probably success. We did organizing. Apparently. Oh, I dropped a whole 16 frames in total. So much happened in the last month since the monster attack during the glow. The idea of this planet being a peaceful utopia has been shattered. Security guard squads are now training new members and keeping a close eye on the gates. They're reinforcing the walls and even building a few robot turrets. In class, you have drilled what to do if the colonies attacked again. In all your excitement, you forgot it was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic surprise. The tuning year is only slightly longer than a year on Earth. So you've taken it up as your birthdays. It's second month of quiet. Spark snow drifts slowly past the the porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls out a bowl of fruit from behind his back, flourishing it like a magic trick. At least that's what you think those are? Baba fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking them from outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft. It tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue? What does a blue taste like? I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what you'll find? Selene is not allowed outside the gate. Your mum interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says. But not now, your mum replies. Not since the attack and with everything outside there now. We did help. We were a hero. Don't even start, your mum snaps. You should have been in the crash with the others, not putting yourself in danger. You don't get it. Your mum wasn't a farmer back on Earth. She was a fighter too. Even still, your mum says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves should it happen again. To be clear, that includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett offering self-defense lessons at the garrison. You know, even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop by sometime. Your mum gives you a stern look. And I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the wall, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'll put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mum doesn't laugh. We've already been caught once, but what me? Never. Never, right? Don't tell her. Seriously, don't tell her. New combat classes now? Oh yeah, combat and animals. It's like new, let's try this. You attend your first session of Security Chief Brett self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and them are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheeky thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how the colonies learn to defend itself. Here's Elsion. Never ever will. You could be walking along thinking you're safe within the walls, and then a flying animal could swoop out the sky. Then what would you do? Brett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Hiya! He points to the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm going to teach you. And the only way is by doing. Who wants to volunteer? I will! Security chief Rhett doesn't scare you. Or you pretend so. Rhett's like the biggest adult you know. He's so intense. But we're like super strong. You step forward. Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay. I'm a manticore, stalking through the forest. What do you do? Manticores sound quite big. I kick you in the face. You try to kick him in the face. He grabs your foot and throws your side. Wrong. Use your brain, Selene. First you do is call for help, then run. Rhett grabs your forearm and hauls you off the ground. Only engage the enemy if there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So the first rule of self-defense is not to get yourself in a situation where you need to fight. Nem still thinks you're cool for acting tough. He gives you no comfort. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing out a variety of martial arts. Only then will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons around the colony, mostly standing gloves, batons, a few pulse rifles, or plasma rifles. You don't know how to use them. You hope you don't know how to use them. You'll get to know how. Wow, that was close. Look, that max stress dust. But hey, we're at 28 combat now. Now late quiet. And I think we need a nap. Because we're overstressed. Nothing much happens. That's good. We'll get rid of this giggling card though. Now it's summer. Early pollen. It feels our toughness is actually really close. So maybe getting our toughness up. I think we'll get a little perk. Ooh. Guy wants a dog? You've met your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mum's flower garden. He's having sneezing fits. You're alarmed. You've never seen him this sick before. People are hardly ever sick. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just the pollen making me a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief. He looks around. Everywhere you look, the air is soupy with tinges of pink from floating pollen. On Earth, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it has nothing to do with hay, your mum cuts in, carrying a bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them. They smell fantastic. Put my nose in. They smell good. Hey Selene, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time for you to stick around the living quarters. No, I just did that. For a month. I'm good, Dad. We could shovel dirt. Get like 3 so we could play ball game and do the same. Just a toughness. We also get an extra toughness because of our special perk, so let's go do this. I think we do. And it's bravery. You run into Cow and Nem behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying on top of the hill. It's Cabotas, Nem shouts with a grunt. The effort of lifting a 6-meter long mush tree pole. Throws it like a javelin and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts. And ties a piece of caution tape at the end of the pole. Your turn next, Cal says, pointing towards a stack of nearby construction poles. From the nearby construction site. They're probably destined to be part of the lookout tower. Yee. Selene has made a fine pole selection, Cal narrates in a haughty voice, and has lifted it up to his shoulder. Next you will approach before the sprinting line and begin his run, tossing the cable before he reaches the throwing line. Okay, let's do this. Can we huck a log? Confused why it's -3. Thanks for lowering that. I don't know what. Oh, the spot says card becomes 2. I can read. I promise. I can definitely read. Yeah. 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 You got the toughness though. Ooh, +1 to physical cards. Neat. Which is like a permanent buff to physical. The pole sails downhill past the other poles, coming to a rest, sticking into the ground. Wow, you beat my best distance, Nem says when she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in Mushwood Toss Calcorrex. They can only beat their own high scores. But you get 2, no, 3 bonus points if it sticks up on the ground like that. You play the rest of the afternoon, adding rule variations as you go. It doesn't stop until the entire stack of poles are a jump at the bottom of the hill, decorated with festive caution tape. You wonder... It's a wonder you got away with this. we probably made a bigger mess for the adults to clean up. Yeah, red cards now get +1 in physical challenges. Neat. That's cool. I think I want to do a sneak out again. It's middle of summer. It's a good time to sneak out. Don't tell Mom. Okay? Don't tell her. Hole? Let's look inside the hole. Looks dark. Look closer. Seems occupied. Put my hand in. What's in the hole? Ow! I got bit! Ow. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen, but ow. Ooh, it's for eggs. You leave the path and sneak through a strand of mushrooms to one of the sawmills dotting the area. It's small but a busy operation. 3 people are feeding mushroom logs into some kind of machine while 4 use the plug thing. I'm gonna watch what they're doing. I think we had this one before. Hi again. The second sun is starting to set. You were planning on your route back to the gate when you spot Dis in the distance. Nice, Elaine. I wish we didn't have to go home. Wish we could stay out forever. Yeah, me too. It's fun out here. What if we didn't go home today? What if we just camped out overnight? I bought a tent just in case, and a perimeter sensor, and I found a spot right near the depot that looks safe. Wait, camp out? Camp out! This sets up a tent. You place a perimeter post around the edge of the clearing. If anything trips is visible around the campsite, at least you'll know about it. Begin some bravery. Even without saying goodnight, Dis crawls into the tent, takes off his jacket, and stuffs it behind his head. Then curls up like a ball facing the wall. He falls asleep almost instantly. You crawl in beside him, pour a thermal blanket over yourself, and you're exhausted from hiking through the jungle. Despite the excitement of being wild out in the wild at night, you fall asleep. You both wake up to a blaring alarm around the campsite. Someone must have triggered it. I'll go out and check. Wait. There's something outside. Whatever it was, the sensor scared them off. We're going to do like a new special memory. Eee. The sun is almost up, and you're definitely not getting back to sleep after that. The two of you eat soy rations when you watch the sunrise. When the surveyors open the gate prepping the next day, you pack your gear and go home, expecting the worst, but nobody even noticed you were gone. You left the privacy curtain on your bed closed, and your parents must have come in late and left early, thinking you were asleep the whole time. You're lucky. It also makes you a little sad. Well, that was unexpected. That was kind of fun. We had a camp out. No, I don't know what day it is. Today, she announced in the room, it is St. Valentine's Day. Yes, and Cal wandered nearby. Back on Earth, it was a day when everyone had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. Then you put sweets under your pillow, and it makes you dream about whoever you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts, arrows, and pigs. Pigs? We don't have pigs here, Cal laughs. This snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan can just be made up to get free candy. Or Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Marsh shouts back, well, nobody was going to pick you anyway, you stink. I know who my best friend will be. Mars bats her eyes jokingly. Oh really? Who could it be? She asks playfully. I'm going to tell the other kid about it. So if you go round and find your best friend, give them a gift. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll try to hold out. I'll hold holdouts. I'll hold tryouts for other position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Nem's kicking a sports ball from foot to foot without letting it touch the ground. She fakes it like she's going to pass it to you, then kicks it sideways and runs over to catch it before you get there. Too slow. Want to be best friends? You offer some soy sweets. She stuffs them in her cheeks so hard and he falls over. Sounds cool, she says. She rubs your arm. Okay, best friend. Tag, you're it. This is sitting in the grass near the big gates that leads out to the jungle. He's staring at his nothingness. He pretends not to notice you approach. I'm gonna sit down with you. He shifts uncomfortably as you sit, doesn't say anything. You just hang out there, saying nothing, doing nothing. You stare out at the big gates. The grass in the colony is trimmed short by the garden plots. Out there, it's wild, and up as high as your waist. They're preparing equipment. You're starting to wonder if he'll ever acknowledge you, when he just says, I've got to go. This spot's good. I'll probably come back here tomorrow. This lake's quiet. It's good. Oh. Nobody picked Mars for the day. Why's Anemone so popular all of a sudden? Doesn't even try. What do you think about sports ball? Whatever. I'm just too mature for kids my age. Older kids get me even if you don't. She's jealous. So very jealous. I think I'm perception up, but I'm not going out right now. I'm gonna go and try to do some life sciences, I think. Actually. Let's go to school. For today's lesson, Professor Hell tells you, we're starting a fun group project. We're studying musk trees, the prominent natural resource here on Vituma. In our ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over 30 meters a day, have a diameter up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You team up with Tang and Cow and are given musk tree spores and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks over her notes on the HoloNet. Mush trees, she reads, are the most abundant in the South Colony in the stormy regions of the subaquatic swamp. What if we use water instead of soil? Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics. Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. So, do you have any suggestions? Still stormy. Why not run electric through it? What? Tang exclaims. Blaine, how does that have any basis in reality? She looks to Cal for support. He just shrugs. He doesn't look convinced either. Neither understand why you want to electrocute a plant. You explain there are storms in the swamp, electrical storms, and somehow, well, that... Maybe Slane is right? Tang nods slowly. It could make sense. If it's true, we'd the first to discover it. The thought enough is to entice Tang into most things. You attach a small battery and run a weak current through the soil and drop spores in. The next morning, your spore is the only one to have already growing. By the end of the day, it's 1/2 meter tall. Now that it's so huge, it hits the ceiling, you have to move it outside. Eee. Your tree outpaces all the rest by a long shot. At the end of the week, Tang proudly displays an edit to the surveyor's HoloNet. Shows rapid growth when stimulated with mild electrical current, discovered by our junior botanists. Eee. We did a smart. We did a smart. I want to study some more. Let's do a bit more biology study. You're bringing supplies to the med bay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head rolled up on a lab coat. She's fast asleep. You never see her sleeping. She's always too busy. You're surprised she has time to nap. You turn to leave, but you bump into Nem. Whoa! She hardly ever sleeps, just like a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Nem says, rubbing the back of her scales on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for the morning's test. Wait, there was a test? Me, I flunked it, Anthony says, matter of fact. No biggie, though. I didn't have to sleep. I'd probably just play games instead. Tang's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed. She sees you and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, no need to go. Neat, so she doesn't have to sleep. Yeah. Eee, super go. Ah, the festival again. The mood has been muted this year since the attack. It's always cheerfully decorated, and there's still food, mostly soy rations. And speech. What a year Vachuma has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I've always hoped we could bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity. And the events of the year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life. If a tumor can sustain megafauna, that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends at Geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating wildlife. Your dad, a second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There's a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, did you hear? My dad says Edicott's going to announce the depot open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look, her eyes roll. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos you've been saving up? There's going to be candy, toys, makeup, nice smelling soap. Not the boring kind of the communal shelves. You know you know the concept of shopping? They do it in the holo vids from Earth. Especially the ones Mars likes. But you never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself something as a treat. Good. My dad gives me an allowance, Mars says, shooting a look at pity. Too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tuned back into the speech. Odicott predicted, announcing the open of the general store, the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your governor. The music starts as the governor finishes. Thank you all for your hard work and perseverance this year, he says over the record. Together, we'll build the future. Bot wrestling? Bot wrestling. They join again. We gotta wrestle the robot. Oh, they've made it really hard. But we can do it. We were the champion. We're going to be the champion. Super go! We are the best at wrestling robots. Wow, look at you go. You do it. You didn't expect the hologram obstacles to move. The last one dances and gets in your way. But your reflex are fast enough to dodge it. You gain some friendship. Com hoots and hollers proudly as you destroy the competition. Even Nem begrudgingly has to accept that you beat her fair and square. She shakes your hand and says she'll win next year. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a well-needed break. Miles organises the water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. Where you can now apparently relax on the walls of the garrison. That's nice. I think it's time to sneak out again. Sneaky, sneaky ass. Sneaky, sneaky ass. Let's go this way. Someone's farmland spilled outside the walls. The fields don't look like they're doing too well. Nobody's around right now. It looks abandoned. There's some meager looking crops ready to harvest, but the animals are starting to get them. I'm gonna try and plant something. You're just a kid, playing at being farmer. You mess around for a few hours, planting something that looks seedy. It's unlikely to actually grow. You're minding your own business when you stumble into... It's so hot. The sun's bearing down on you. Ooh. There's no trees. We gotta find a path again. Super go, we're not even on the last section yet. So we smashed that one. We've gotten very good at one thing. And that's the bottom category. There's someone out here. I don't know who she is. You spot Surveyor Utopia on the path. It looks like she's setting up some kind of equipment. If she catches you sneaking out, you'll be in trouble for sure. You stumble up on the route. Utopia's head flies up. She scans around in your direction. I'm going to sneak up and see what she's doing. She's setting up a hive for photograph drones. She unpacks a pyramid-shaped box and stands back. When she activates it, hundreds of tiny robots fly out, shooting every direction of the canopy, taking photographs and reading everything. In a few hours, they'll return to combine her data. You make a note to stay out of sight while they're active. You don't want to get caught. What's this way? You let your mind wander, wander as you're walking, and bumble straight into a field of gelatinous blob grass. Totally transparent. The sticky fronds are hard to see, but even harder to ignore, especially once they start glomping to your boots and slowing you down. It's like trudging through thick mud. You stubbornly decide to keep going, paying close attention to the blob grass field. 1 second, I'll be right back. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm back. Yeah. Challenge. Here we go. And with that, we've got to go home now. We got so stuck. A little more bravery, a bit more perception. Nem and Nogad are kicking up a huge cloud of dust outside the garrison, passing a sports ball back and forth. She looks at you excitedly. Selene, hey, she says, jumping up and down. Look. She bounces the sports ball on her knees. Look what me and Nogad have been practicing. Nem bounces the sports ball from one knee to another a few times before launching it in the air. She crouches and then leaps up after it, spikes it over her head towards you with a yell. The sports ball thuds into her chest, sending her sprawling into the dirt. For a few seconds you freeze and wait for her to start crying. Instead she just shrieks and laughs, clutching the ball. Nem jumps up and down, fist pumping in the air dramatically. 4 points for the ball not touching the ground! Nem grows. The crowd goes wild. The Garrison Galaxies win again! Woo! Luke claps her hands around her mouth, emanating the roar of a crowd. That's awesome! I know, right? Nem beams. He stands up straighter, puts her hands on her hips. I know I'm just gonna be just as good as my big bro someday. I know it will too. She rubs the back of her hand across her nose, leaving a smear of dirt. Hey, you should come to sports ball bitch sometime. I can show you some tricks. Okay. very excited. Oh. Like a baby sister here. Let's have a hug. Wait, tiger butter? That's a new one. Yeah, meat to eat a worm. Oh yeah, discounters. I double you to eat a worm. Double dare you to eat a worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. It's very slimy, very gross. He eats it like a noodle. Yuck, he says, swallowing the whole thing. We get double kudos right now, so let's go ahead and deliver supply. Is there anything nice and freshly printed nano supplies? They're so warm and have a new smell. Plus the shop's not open. My answer is 2. Everything is 2. Yeah. Need some organizing. I said I could maybe relax on top of the garrison. That's not nice. Let's go relax on the wall. After the first attack of the colony, they added lookout towers to the walls. You have a place to hang out if you don't feel like working. And because it's way up here, no adults are going to come and ask you to run errands for them. On rainy days, you take shelter under the pavilions and listen to the pitter-patter of raindrops and grass on the roof. You can do whatever you want. This is life. It's a nice place to keep watch. Sometimes you offer to fill in lookout duty when supposed to grab a meal. Sometimes you'll be maybe someday you'll be allowed to work full shifts on lookout. But for now, you find out it's not as relaxing as you think. Oh, hey Celine. This drops by on pops his head up the nearby ladder and looks surprised to see anyone else up here. Mind if I sit here too? Sure, plenty of room. The two of you dangle your feet off the side and watch the valley below. This shuffles a little uncomfortably, but doesn't say much. You wonder if this was his private spot to be alone before you discovered it. It's now more wet season. Ooh, all collectibles now glow. We're getting better at things. Can we go visit the shop now? I think we can visit the shop. Shop? Lady. There's a shop. Ooh, this grants bonus to biology. I like that. Terrible persuasion. Cake. Cake. I like the idea of the trowel. That sounds cool. That's true. Because then we can help out our parents. Ah, okay, so that replaces the +1 to challenges. That seems fun. I'm gonna go back to doing the job, I think. We're doing well. Mars has asked you to recruit some new members for the secret Funtime Club. Who do you approach about this opportunity? I mean, Nem's not really this. Um, but like, I don't know if Dis would enjoy this. Cal might, though. Cal listens to you patiently as you explain the rules of the club. He says, I don't know if I want to say humans are like humans are the best. What if we changed like, but it's more like ambiguous. Like humans are really cool. I mean, humans are great, but animals are good too. It would take some politicking, but you think you can convince Mars. Oh, one more thing. What about Anna? It'd be really cool. If I'm in the club, she definitely should be in the club too. It's hard to argue with. Looks like you got 2 for 1. we got 2 of our friends. Nem and Cal are both at the next meeting, very excited to be part of the group. Mars looks excited to have more people to boss around. Anna only can be vice president of kicking stuff, Mars announces. You know, if we need extra security or like need to open the door, we can't use our hands. Cal will be vice president of transportation, Mars continues. Cal pulls at the hoverboard and grins. That'll be useful if we need to get somewhere fast, or if only one of us does anyway. He can deliver messages too. Mars makes them raise a hand. You promise to always be cool kids and do fun stuff together? Never tell any adults about our secret fun time club? They both agree readily. Oh, that's so sweet. Yee, super. Ooh, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna keep working the job for a bit. Yee. This seems fun. Deliver supplies. Let's go. Supergirl. I get some more money. There's a commotion in the square. An expedition vehicle has driven through the gates, is idling in the middle of the town square. An unusual sight. People come from Carnico to investigate. Utopia gets out the vehicle and trudges over to Utica. After a conversation, she sees a gesture to people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tonin's body. Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of his torn open body is seared into your memory. However, he died, it was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? This asked, coming over to crouch around the corner with you. You share that Uncle Tonin is dead. He stares at the sheet-covered body intently. They say how? They'll never tell us the truth anyway. Nobody will ever tell us what happened. Did something eat him? Did he fall off a cliff? Just nods frowning. They don't want us to know about the monster and the other worse stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. And it isn't as nice as they say. You and Dis watch they carry away his body. From the way he's practically vibrating, you tell that Dis wants to ask more questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away, probably to take a look at the body. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think? At least they're together now. You watch Utopia bend over, get a hug from Utica, wiping her eyes as she cries. She's never been the most comforting presence, but she seems to help. Utopia will probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the stratospheric left Earth. Apparently her sharp eye and hoverboard bike flying skills are the best on expeditions. I'm wearing glow again now. Another meeting of the Secret Funtime Club. We're trying to figure out what to do today. It's your job as president of Fun Ideas, but you're having trouble coming up with something. Think. What's that smell? Tang asks as she joins you. You think she means someone fast, but then you smell it too. It's like a burning. Mustard, spices, strong and acrid. Oh, that keeps happening, Master. Same time every afternoon. Nobody knows why. It's a mystery. A mystery? They jump to their feet. A mystery afoot. The SFC is going to solve it. Tang brings a fresh notepad on her hollow palm. 201, weird smell. Yep. 202, flickering lights. Smells coming from the vent. I'm gonna get the schematic, see where it goes. It connects to the cafeteria kitchen. It smells awful in here. Auntie Seedson is in here, fanning the nanoprinter and cutting boards while it belches out smoke. Oh gosh, kids, don't come any closer. This darn nanoprinter is on the threads again. Everything that comes out is awfully burnt, and I don't want you to breathe in the smoke. Every gosh darn day, she mutters. Lights are flickering too. Do you see it? You take a closer look. There's some kind of black dust near them. It's weird, like lumps of it are stuck to the wall and ceiling around the outlet. You climb up, much to Auntie Seed's annoyance. Well, when you put your hand near it, your hollow palm makes your hand tingle. It's vibrating slightly. Tangent climbs up and tries it too. Electromagnetism, she confirms. The ferromagnetic materials in our hollow palms are reacting to its presence of magnets. Or electrical current. I think in this stuff. She makes a note. Move free. Electromagnetic dust. Auntie sees and chews you out the kitchen. Ow! Ow! Go play somewhere else, darling. We've got supper to prepare. You follow the black dust down to the long hallway to the children's creche. It's quiet in here. And instinctively, you all walk softly and slowly as you approach the playroom. The creche is empty and dimly lit, except for the hollow projector in the corner showing a purple teddy bear. That's the one that electrocuted your friend Tammy. It keeps flickering on and off. I'm going to bravely enter the room. As you step in, the lights of the room suddenly turn on. Two musical toys start playing at once. A robot toy begins spinning in circles. Whirring, Ma shrieks. Tangent rushes forward and grabs a glass from the art table and slams it down. I caught it, she yells. You gather around to see. Under the glass is what looks like 4 round metal things, like ball bearings. As you watch them, they start to roll, advancing to the edge of the glass, then roll in a ring inside. It stops. A pair of long silver antennae emerge from the top of the ball, and they start clicking together, producing a spark of electricity. You jump back. The 3 other metal balls gradually wake up, snapping their own antennae. I think we've solved a mystery, Hank says with a growing smile. Sure enough, there's more magnetic black dust and something else. Tiny bite marks and electrical cord leading to the hollow projector. They must be feeding off electricity, Tang explained, then storing it like a battery to use for self-defense. And this dust must be the excrement. Fascinating. You report your findings to Professor Howe. He realizes those pests have been siphoning electricity currents off the ship ever since you landed, and are responsible for the dangerous power surges. One such surge must have been the one that killed your friend Tammy. From a quick look around the room, everyone knows it. Nem rubs Cal's back as he stares at the ground. I'll give you some kudos as thanks. We solved a mystery. So it's sad. We solved a mystery. Supergirl! Got a bunch more organising, more perceptiveness. It's been quiet. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments. Adults worrying that another attack is still coming. Others who think the first one's a fluke. Surveyors mentioned they saw new tracks in the forest, but shush people so don't panic. The gates are closed. You drew emergency procedures. Filing soundlessly from classroom to creche to hide under tables, waiting for sirens. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as the glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the sun almost rises to past the horizon again. Sirens start. You're reading a hollow novel in bed and you hear it, followed by the stomps of boots down the hallway. An alert flashes in your hollow palm. Shelter and creche, this is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mum are going to stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for the others. Don't worry, we're more prepared than last time. Love you, stay safe. I'm gonna see what's happening at the gates. You sneak out of the living quarters towards the gate. You're immediately spotted by security chief, who stops to yell what you're doing angrily. What the hell are you doing here? This is no place for kids. Get back inside. I've been doing training with you. I'll help. I was hero last time. I'm gonna get in so much trouble again. But Supergirl. Ooh, that's not enough combat. You stick around outside the walls of the gate, throwing rocks and yelling at any creatures that get too close. You're not sure he's making a difference, but the good news is at least you're not injured. When the dust clears, he spots you hiding in the shadows, and personally escorts you back to your quarters, where your mum and dad penalised you for disobeying them. When things calm down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Brett, but all his security improvements were exactly what were needed, your mum grumbled. It's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Credit where credit's due. He says, it could have been worse. Your mum nods. And they both sit in silence. Your dad speaks then. Poor Hal. What way to go? Professor Hal? Your parents start. Oh. Yeah, Pumpkinhead. Yeah. They're going to announce it in a few hours. Everyone's going to have a chance to calm down. What happened? Don't worry about that, your mum replies, shooting your dad a look. It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be going to engineering, at least for a little while, not till it's decontaminated. You curl up to think. Professor Hal can't die. Just gone? He's your teacher. Engineering wing where you took classes. What? I need revenge. Oh. We can apparently buy weapons now. You know, Selene, you're alright, Mars says you approach. You blink trying to figure out what she means. You're alright? What? You're alright, she repeats. You actually have good taste, unlike these nullheads. Ever since we landed. It's been, help with this, Mars. And don't waste resources on that, Mars. It's boring. At least you understand the importance of sophistication. Do I? You shoot the breeze with Mars a bit longer. At some point, Dis skulks out the living quarters to pass you both. They try not to draw attention. Where is he going now? Mars mutters and raises the voice so Dis can hear. Try not to get eaten by aliens, she shouts to Dis. If you die out there, you can't use your body as fertilizer. Don't be a waste. Shut up. You say loudly, enough for Dis to hear. He looks wide-eyed with us going up towards the walls. Ah, Mars says with a little smile. No accounting for taste. She seems to respect that you challenged her. She watches Dis disappear. Maybe you can get through to him. I've tried, but he doesn't seem to care about contributing to the colony, or being popular, or earning kudos, or anything important. What do you contribute? I contribute plenty, and you know it, Selene. People need someone to tell them what to do, don't they? Politicians. Oh, I don't like Mars either. She is just bossy. You slip through the colony gates, feeling the breeze of the mushroom force in your hair. You look around for Dis, but he's nowhere to be seen. Maybe he went to class already? Probably not. As you're about to return to colony, you hear what sounds like crying coming from the expedition vehicles. You pull back the tarp to keep it being blanketed from fungal spores, and find Dis curled up in the cabin. You okay? I'm fine. Just leave me alone. You want to talk about it? When you ask my sister, Tang is so mature. She knows everything. I'm just a sensitive crybaby who doesn't know anything. Dis wraps his arms around his legs to hide his face. I hate her. Everyone thinks she's so smart, but she's just a meanie. I hate everyone here. I hate just being here. I want to be left alone. What this? Well, I'm going to go back to doing work because we've nearly got the organising one up. That'd be quite cool. You're charged with delivering a special package from Administrator Seek to Chief Engineer Instance. The wrapping is so fancy. Seek must have nano-printed the pretty handkerchief and ribbon, especially for the package. You can't help but stare, but Seek snaps you to mind your own business. Yikes, alright. Touchy much? Tang laughs when she sees you in the engineering of Seek's gift. Again? She says, rolling her eyes. You tried to hand her the package, but she looks like she doesn't want it like a stick of dynamite. Oh, no. I don't want a part of this, she insists. Just go through those doors and give it to Instance, if you want to ruin everyone's day. It's my job. I don't know. Should we destroy it or should we deliver it? I don't like when Tang thinks it's a stick of dynamite. She's actually someone who knows this sort of stuff. I mean, it's not actually a stick of dynamite. Probably not. I hope it's not. Deliver it. Instance is obviously frustrated being interrupted. Oh, really? She says, ripping off a safety goggles and pinching her nose. No, I don't want it. You ask what she wants you to do with it. She waves her hand especially. Go shove up Seek's ass. If you can find room with the big stick they keep up there already. Huh. They have a history. Is this an attempt for an apology? Seek trying to win her back? You have so many questions. It's none of your business. Honestly, you aren't even sure you want to know. Were they dating? Ugh. I'm gonna open it. You tear away the pretty packaging to reveal a small wooden carving. It's smooth and warm, and you can see where real tools shaped the wood, not in the nano printer. Seek must have put a lot of time into it. It's clearly a carving of Instance. The hard expression is clearly recognizable, even if the rest of it's naked. Yeah, you're sure she's naked. You quickly cover it back before you see if anyone sees it. I'm going to destroy it. You detour to the material recycling room. We drop the package down the chute. Whatever it was for, it'll be separated into its base molecules and churned into new shoes or whatever. Seek looks excited by your return. Did she like it? What did she say? You lie and tell them that Instance loved it. Seek is overjoyed and gives you a big fat tip. Hopefully it won't come back to bite you. Oh, it probably will. You're having weird dreams as usual. They seem to get worse around the glow. You wake up from that dream, it has tears drying on your face, but you can't remember why. You were terrified? Whatever it was enough. It felt real for a moment. You just lie in bed with your eyes closed, breathing. Try to calm your breathing. You blurry rub your eyes and... Surprise! It's your birthday. Your dad leaps onto your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Happy birthday, little tomato. 12 years old. Wow, can you believe it? No, your mum answers for you, laughing as she hands you a present. It was just yesterday that Auntie Sandy was showing me how to change your diapers. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought in food from the canteen so you can eat together in your bed. As you stuff your face with savoury tofu chunks, you open your present. Which one was your favourite? The stuffed Xenofauna toy from Dad. I taught the nanoprint to the pattern based off pictures from the expedition, your dad says. That's called a Spectroraptor, he says. See, it looks like it's wearing glasses on top because it's 5 eyes. They say because its lenses are on the outside of its eyeballs. Isn't that wild? Like nothing on Earth. As your dad clears away the wrapping paper and dishes from breakfast, your mum folds her hands on the table and gives you a serious look. So, we've been here 2 years now. I know your dad and I have said that you're in charge of your schedule. We've been keeping an eye on you. A loving eye, your dad interjects. A trusting, gentle eye. Administrator Seek says you've been a big help with deliveries. Your mum says with a chuckle. Well, he didn't use those words exactly. It's time to start thinking what you'll do when you're older. Don't worry. We're not going to make you get a job right now. We're just asking what you're going to get up to when you grow up. I'm only captain of the sports ball team. That's fun. Aim high, right? In your mind, sports ball captain's an important job. Maybe even more important than the governor. Your dad laughs indulgently. Sure, kiddo, whatever you want. Well, your mum starts. I'll make sure your friends all wish you a happy birthday. Oh, and you might not have considered a career as a depot clerk, but Al and Bernie's mentioned their daughter Mars is working there, and she needs some help. Now people can freely order luxuries. It's pretty busy though. She'll be shoveling dirt, your dad says. If you don't take that job, you tell Mars I'll be right there. Your mum rolls her eyes. Oh, new perk. Oh, we got an extra gear slot. Yee, that means we can equip the little toy we just got. Oh, it's able to equip. Look. Toy Xenofauna. It's cute. You got a teddy bear. And now with that adorableness out of the way, let's go play more of that sports ball. Oh, 1 point short. I'm gonna push through. Spend 5 stress to push through. We're a little bit braver, a little bit tougher. And it's now Lake Quiet. Like, we're still heroic, so let's keep going. More sports ball. Mars may not be a skilled sports ball player as Anemone, but she plays hard. She orders people around like a team captain. She isn't great at passing the ball. She'd rather be a star. Her favourite thing to spike in the ball is right into the opposing net stop's body. It's not a legal move, but she's done it so many times that the opposition now stands back further when Mars has the ball. Did you see that? Anemone complains to you. Mars wouldn't pass the ball to either of us for like 10 whole minutes. Somebody has to do something. Let's just not pass her the ball. The rest of the game, You pass the ball to each other and ignore Mars. She notices, but assumes you want to be the star too. It doesn't give you any hassle. The thing that you've learned from Mars is she wants to be the best, but she doesn't have the kind of ego that makes her mean about it. It doesn't really solve the problem, but it's kind of fun anyway. Supergirl! Got yourself a little straight here. Bunch more braveness, more toughness. No bit sneaking out right now. Let's go. Alright. Come back to classes. You're not sure what to expect from life science class now, Professor House there. He was a teacher back on ship. Who could replace him? You sit there, there's no teacher yet. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance comes through and takes a seat, decides giving you a look. Life science, she snaps. Who can tell me what it is? Selene, she starts the correct answer, please. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, geology? You rattle subject names. Instance doesn't look pleased, but she doesn't look disappointed either. It's good as you're going to get from her, honestly. Your dad comes out from work looking serious. He's pale, with a deep circle under his eyes. It's fine, he insists. There's all the pollen there, skunking up the old air tubes. Do you remember hay fever? Surely we always get it back on Earth too. We did. Why isn't it bothering me? You're not tougher than me, sweet. Let's have to get used to it like you did. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later. Really get used to the fungus stuff. I feel bad if you wait, but don't be fine. Outside the gates, you... Bernard shrugs as he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. You need to rest. Not Masajima, she scolds. I don't have a... Achoo! Your dad sneezes. Much bone in my body. Foo-foo. I have to fertilize the corn and pixie beans this week. Your mum grunts and pulls your dad's handkerchief from his pocket, sneezes a few times. Big, yelling, honk sneezes that echo through the whole quarters. He pulls it away from his face. You can tell something's wrong. Your dad weakly holds the handkerchief away. Its bright pink fuchsia glittering with light. That's weird. He let his eyes then roll back into his head, knees buckle. Mum calls it Instance. Chief Instance takes a look at your dad's vitals and gives a cursory look. She seems satisfied without having done a thorough examination. The explorers have started calling this shimmer, she says, shining a light down your dad's throat. It's airborne, environmental toxin, likely pollen fog. It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body, Instance explains. She gestures to the air, making notes of the hollow eye that only she can see. It's been tracking the effects for 3 seasons now. The toxin has been flushed out of the body after 3 to 5 days, and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. Well, that means for you, Bertrium, that you're particularly susceptible to the toxin. You should be taking pains to avoid exposure. I must go outside during pollen. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says and smiles. He says, your mum smiles and puts a hand on his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not to come to work for the rest of the week. You're on strict bed rest. She leans in and touches his forehead to his. They stay like that, smiling with relief. That's okay, though. It's all fine. Even after a bad road, your dad's looking a lot better. Really anxious to get back to the field. You're gonna love this new crop, Selene. It's called Pixie Bean. They glow in the dark. He's already pulling on his boots. The fields look so beautiful at night. And we finally found something that will actually grow here that isn't soy. Soy and more soy. Your hollow palm pulse message from Tang. Hi, hello Selene. If you're not occupied, can I ask your assistance in the lab? Thanks in advance. Attention. Typically Tang, but her asking for help is something so rare that you can't help but go over straight away. You find a hunched over the spectrometer making notes on the hollow screen. Oh, you're here, she says, blinking rapidly. She looks like she's been awake for days. Wrinkled, a little shiny, and with a wild-eyed look of someone who needs a cup of black tea. How can I help? I'm researching the shimmer, the respiratory illness. Some people report during pollen, she says. I'm loath to admit it, but I need assistance. Oh. She takes 4 vials with swabs inside and puts them to your hands. I need a recent saliva sample from both you and your father. There must be a reason why he's so susceptible to shimmer, and you're not. You share half a genetic code with him. There must be some markers we can compare between the two. Then, she continues, pulling another vial at the rack. Administer this yourself. Wait 3 days, then take a sample again. The test should be able to determine if anything's changed in your body chemistry. Tang looks very seriously, cutting through her blurry expression. There's something going on here, he whispers. Something really, really big. I've begun to realize this is more than just about curing a disease. She squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Unlocking the secrets of the shimmer, who it affects and why, could lead us to a greater understanding of all of the tumor. And knowledge. Knowledge is more powerful, Slate. It's control. I think she needs a nap. But, like, she sounds so impassioned. Let's do it. Thank you, Tang says. I've been researching so hard, I think my eyes are going to fall out of my head, and for what? Well, for the end of a debilitating disease is a pretty good reason. But Tang just shakes her head before she can answer. We're at a disadvantage here, she mutters. We're fighting blind. We need to understand this planet if we're going to get it under our control. I'm still not fully stressed out. More biology class, I think. Ken just stopped you in the way. Saying, were you heading to life sciences? Good, I could use your help with something, actually. I'm working with Chief Engineer Instance in the biolab. If you give me a hand of it, I'm sure she'll give you credits in class. Sure. Honestly, Tang admits, we just need somebody to label petri dishes and move them from cooler to different machines. I hope I can. Rude. Instance is staring unfocused at her hollow eye as she processes the results of scans. Tang goes to stand beside her, pulling up scans of her own. They confer wildly while you wait. Sounds like they're studying the shimmer, a mysterious illness. Selene, we've been studying samples from some of the colonists who came back sick during the pollen, including your dad. Some of the stuff is in his lungs. It's some kind of fungus. We think the shimmer is a form of reproduction, Tang explains. It's like the fungus is trying to turn us into more fungus like it. Really neat, actually. More like ultra creepifying. That too, Tang replies, though she looks more excited than scared. We'd be much safer if the surveyors just set fire to it all rather than study it. But who knows what else is trying to kill us? You spend the rest of the week helping them study illness. Mostly involves following instructions and doing as Tang loves to repeat. Job hot I could do. Nothing beats hands-on experience though. Would be easier if we could find actual sample of fungus, she remarks. They're working on some biological samples. A fancy word for snot. But according to them, the fungus is all mixed in with human cells. And she has to spend a lot of time in virtual space trying to disconnect the two from her model. Where can we find a sample? Most of our useful reports have been from the foragers returning from the Valley of Vertigo, she adds. But the pollen's fickle year. That might be a good place to start. I don't think we can get there, sadly. So... but we can do this. And we're getting a bunch more biology. And we're now stressed. Let's go back up to the wall. The wall's pretty. Don't know where I'm going to go after this. Maybe outside. The view is stunning. Almost every direction is untouched beauty that's built up for you. Except they've cut down a bunch of the expedition trees where the vehicles have churned the dirt, and the drainage system's been built, and... yeah. I don't want to forget any of these. I guess I'm going to forget one. I'm going to forget this one, because these ones are better for me. I'm good to make the deck smaller. I'm not stressed now. How's Dad? It's such a hot, dry season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush jungle. If there's a warm breeze, it's warm when you get dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes up far too early for your liking. They're usually gone, but by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep. You have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you. I'm not a gooseberry. No, I'm not a gooseberry. Yee. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see our harvest? Your mum and I are gathering crops. I've brought over Trumia. Actual Overtruman dirt this week. That sounds neat. He shows you rows of corns and beans from Earth. They look a little yellow and scraggly, not what you expected, but your dad enthusiastically points out that the vegetables are ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Jumia Festival is coming up. There'll be a talent show and a science fair. Oh yeah, there'll be a science fair. Yeah, we've never done a science fair before. Maybe do it this year. I think I'm going to sneak up. Think. Do I? No. No, it's been really scary up there. Let's keep up with our classes. We're doing important science. This week's biology class, you're learning about predators and prey. What is this animal, and what does it do when it sees a predator? Tang shoots up. They hop away very quickly. That's what we call a hop eye. Instance shakes her head. Tang, you should know better than that. Many prey abnormal do run away from predators. But what do only hop eyes do? They thump on the ground to warn others. You've seen them out in the wild, because we got thumped on. We know this as a fact. Ow, that hurt. I remember that. Instance. Hank's impressed. And Super Go. And Festival. She folds her hands serenely and addresses the crowd. What a pleasure it is to address all of you today as governor, she says, looking pleased as she ever does. In under 3 years, we built a colony of which we can truly be proud. While suffering hardships and losses, we remain standing. As always, looking forward to the future we build together. Let's use this Midsummer Festival to reflect on our many blessings, fresh water, good food, healthier children, and a strong community. She bows her head. But first, let us remember Professor Halitosis, who guided our children and kept our engines running for so many years. Chief Engineer Instance will be filling in, with help from the ship's AI concrete, until someone can take up the mantles that rested so easily on Hal's broad shoulders. We also recognize the passing of our dear friend, Chief Surveyor Melatonin. Known for his gentle nature and curious spirit, Conan joins his daughter, Aspartame, and his partner, Lavadula, in the world of our memory. In this place, we welcome our youngest ever council member, Utopia, representing expeditions. invites the rest of the council to stand and recognise among the crowd, including your mum, who huffs in annoyance. When the applause dies down, the council sits. Utopia remains standing. Actually, Auntie Erdicott, do you mind if I make a quick announcement? Erdicott nods and Utopia clears her throat. I just wanted to say thank you all say thanks to all you who are trusting me with this job, she says, clearing her voice that rings over the crowd. I'm going to have some big shoes to fill, and I'm going to do my best. We're fixing to get the bottom of this so-called shimmer the folks have been getting during pollen, she continues. Until then, keep wearing your mask when the pollen's thick, and let the doc know if you're under the weather. She bends down to hug the governor and then leaves. Thank you, Utopia, and the rest of the council for your service. Live music starts playing. Well, we can't do the science fair. Apparently we need reasoning for that. We're not very good at that. We can do the bot triathlon. Calm keeps adding complexity to the bot wrestling game. Last year was a hollow obstacle course. This year there's an accuracy challenge. Sink 3 baskets and you can move on to the next stage. Okay, so we've got... Of course, it's a triathlon now. This will be fun. Ugh, 7 on 1 card. 9 even. A lot. Oh, card gets +1 there. Okay. We went through smarts at the end there. You thought the accuracy portion would be harder. Those vacuum bots can be fast when they're on a mission. This one seems to be bored waiting for you to complete your obstacle course. So by the time you line up to take your shots, it stopped running around and it's just vacuuming dirt under its feet. You sink the basket easily. Nem pouts and stomps over to Com, yelling that it wasn't fair that you got it so easy. She refuses to speak to you until Com sits down and they shake hands. Pointing out that Nem also got hit by 5 hollow obstacles and you couldn't have won anyway. Oh. Oh, deck is just going to be entirely those. Oh, the music's changed. You find Nem on the sports ball bleachers, intently focused on Hollow Palm. She looks frustrated by whatever it is. Ditch that, let's play sports ball. I can't, she replies. I don't want to get Com for his birthday, she grumbles. I have a top last year where I made up a sports ball trophy and gave it to him. I have ideas of shit. So it's definitely like, I don't know, cool stuff like sports ball, maybe defense squad stuff. He's the best brother. He always plays for me in the triplets, even if he gets zoinked from work. And he never gets mad or teases, even when I get in trouble. He's just like, no, sit straight up. You know, Nemi? She says, lowering her voice. You have to play by the rules. Nem picks up a blue scaled scab on her knee. I love him out of everyone here. I just want to get him something good. Appreciate something from the heart. Yeah, you're probably right. I just don't know what to... I want to get my little kid gift, you know? Like how Mum always taught us marker and glue. Problem is, I'm not good at stuff. Like, looks like I make this easy, but still cool. What about a friendship bracelet? That's right. Countess make all kinds of knots. You can probably show me how to make a pattern. That's a great idea. Thank you. Hey, Squirt, what are you doing? You look down at the picture where Com is standing with a sports ball under his arm. Is this knucklehead bothering you? Com! She whines. He's my friend. We're just talking. Com drops the sports ball to the ground and rolls it under his heel. I'm getting a team together to run some drills. You can come too. Yeah. I'll come along. We scamper down from the bleachers, launching into and Nem launches down, giving a full hug to Com. I descend slower and just listen to them talk as they walk across the pitch. Oh, that's very cute. I get more money right now, but I don't want money. I want to go studying again. Hey, we can register engineering class. We're good with that. Using the scheduler. It's almost like a test of its own. You feel like a hacker navigating confusing consoles, but you add your name to the drop-in students. Yee. We gain a tiny bit of organising, a tiny bit of engineering just for signing up for classes. But let's finish our biology first. You should have known better, Tangent. You hear as you walk past the laboratory. You're curious at the door. I know you meant well, but your presumptions have cost us nearly 3 months of work. You can't simply look at an experiment and change the parameters to your liking. Getting results is not the same as getting good science. Your findings, however scientific interesting, are useless without sound methodology underpinnings. Tang's response is more subdued than you've ever heard before. Sorry, Chief Engineer. I recognize the error of my ways. I should hope so, Instance replies, pinching the bridge of her nose. I expect you in the lab first thing tomorrow, and I will personally supervise your work in resetting the experiment. You flatten against the wall as Instance breezes past you, barely giving a second look. You poke her head up. What do you want? What are you working on? Tang sighs and rubs her nose harder. I've been working with Chief Engineer Instance. I'm not supposed to talk about it, and I don't want. Losing the data was my fault. I wanted to prove that I'm not a little kid from biology class, that I'm ready to work hard and make many discoveries. Dr. Instance has always been there for me, when I was a kid, and now when my mother was gone. She's the only adult in the colony who sees what I could become. She says I could become better than what I am. Always been that. I just want to impress her. You will. Certainly hope so. Aww, she's pushing herself so hard. You okay? Ag, this is the worst. I can't possibly, she says, cracking her voice. Too upset to even explain it. Professor Hal... Tries again. He was helping me with the physics chapter, and now he's... She throws her arms in the air, her virtual palm screens flying everywhere. I can't stand this out with him. This is impossible, she chokes out. Why do you have to die? Give her a hug. She stiffens, but then lets you hold her. You can feel her shaking. I think she might be crying, but she finally pulls away. Thank you, Selene. I know you're having a hard time with this as well. Nothing's easy on Vajuma. When the adults can't protect themselves, obviously we're here on our own. Good luck. They're all having it hard. Oh, we can do more training. You used to be able to go mono a mono with Nem, but she's been training hard. You're getting a butt kicked all over the ball pitch. She leans over, you're lying on the floor. You okay? I didn't go too hard, right? I think we're good. This week biology class, you're studying sugar bugs. The native species looks like purple marshmallows about the size of your fist. They're all puffy and squishy and kind of cute. They don't move or do much, but if you tickle them, they exude a syrup from the hole on top of their bodies. And now you're going to dissect one. Okay. You're given a thankfully already deceased sugar bug to work on. The moment your scalpel slices open, there's a horrid smell. You see Tang trying to not gag as well. Oh, it's more. This is a really hard challenge. I think it's a good use I can make it that middle one. Look at this. Oh. Ah, we got the bots. Super go. We didn't get much for it though. You carefully section a sugar bug into 6 discrete organs. You take photos of a hollow palm and label it. That's pretty good, Tang says, peeking at your work. These things are slipperier than I was expecting. Parts of mine are still moving. Time's up, Dr. Instant says. Place your dissect sugar bugs onto the tanks and leave it overnight. The next morning, the class is surprised. The sugar bugs are alive again, and there are more of them. The teacher explains that DNA is so malleable that almost any part of it can turn into other parts. The resulting ones are smaller, but they'll eventually grow to full-size ones. Biology is weird. Okay, that is really cool. Ah. Ooh. Nature fact. And one more time. I don't think we're getting Coopers. It's enough though. New perk? They're not new perkers. Unlock xenobotany in geoponics. Neat. That's like a new thing we can do, apparently. Oh, that's cool. We haven't done any sneaking out this year, though. Been a few months. Let's do a sneak out. Get our bravery up. Hello? Uh-oh. The Hopeyes are usually docile. They don't even come up to your knee height. The Sanka's got this group riled up. Uh-oh. They're gonna pounce. They're gonna hop. And we're a little tougher. A tiny bit of animals. Big guy. Be quiet. Let's watch. I don't know if you guys can hear the dog outside. There's a dog barking outside my window, right? Quite loud. Sorry if you can. Stupid yappy dogs. Okay, that's good. We watch it from behind some of the mush trees. You hold perfectly still. Your head's off. Okay. Aww. It calls up for a nap. It makes us feel less stressed. We find Dis sitting on a large flat rock on top of the hill, eating a sandwich. He looks totally at home outside the colony walls. I'm gonna join him quietly. You sit down next to him. Get up your lunch. Some soy cheese cubes and crackers in the cafeteria. You listen to the sound of jungle and how nice it is to be free. Then out of the blue, a rock you're sitting on stands up and starts to walk down the hill. Uh-oh. You crash look over the rock. You're a couple meters off the ground, balancing on spindly legs like a spider. 8 of them, 10 of them, evenly spaced. You realize the rock also has eyes at regular points, which you've mistaken for shiny black pebbles embedded into the stone. One of them swivels up to stare at you. You gulp, try not to scream. This gets shakily onto his feet, trying to keep his balance as the creature shambles forward. He grabs your hand to help you. We know the card that gives us 10 stress, okay. That's a powerful card, though. We've got to be brave. Oh, we got this. We got this. We brave. Ooh, that even pushed us over the edge. Extra card draw at the start of the challenge. Neat. You swallow hard to get control. Your feet. Barely. This is biologically fascinating. You're too busy taking mental notes about the creature to worry about your own safety. It totters along using its long legs through the brushed, uneven terrain. It must have had its legs curled up under its body earlier. Perfectly camouflages the rock. After a minute, it crouches down to look at something, and the two of you jump off. You're impressed that Diz kept his cool, and you tell him so. Actually, I was kind of freaking out inside. You laugh and say that you were too, but it's funny. This might suck when it comes to people, but he's kind of a badass when it comes to non-people things. Let's keep exploring. Some farmland has spilled outside the wall. The fields don't look like they're doing too well. Nobody's around right now. In fact, it's kind of abandoned. Nothing grows here anymore. Not even animals to graze on. I'm try planting something again. Nope, doesn't actually grow. But we try. Hole? What's in the hole? It looks dark. Hello? Well, I remember last time it bit me, so no. That's more bravery, more perception. Yee. We are explorers. Explorers who desperately need to rest on the walls now. Unless someone wants to talk to us. No? I want to give a present. Maybe he liked the fruit. Maybe they make medical fruit. For my birthday? Oh, thank you. This looks like a very rare plant. Did you find it while exploring? I didn't know it was a birthday. Neat. You also like that. Ah. Yes. Ah. What she would like. Not the fruit. Not as interesting. Would you like some crystals? And Tanya's surprised that you remembered her birthday. It's her birthday! Okay, so it wasn't a birthday for this. It was a birthday for her, okay. She looks at you dubiously for the gift. You didn't have to, but thanks. Friends. My friends? No friends. Most of the time you're alone, except for the occasional passing guard. But sometimes you're joined by Dis. He barely looks at you as you plop down and kick your feet over the railing of the edge. He looks like he's doodling on a hollow patch. You see all sorts of plants and mushrooms and little creatures with too many eyes or legs. He's not drawing plants right now, though. He's actually drawing a person. Not anyone you recognize from the colony. They have long, dark hair, pointed face, and a covering it from neck to tiny robes. Like, floating black robes. They look neat. You wonder if it's original character or something, or like, goth salt with insert? Is that supposed to be... Looks nice. Thanks, I'm not very good at drawing him yet. I feel that. As someone who's tried to doodle my own OCs, I feel it. We got 2 of these. I'm actually going to take that one out. I'll keep the other one because Monica one's useful. And it's nighttime again. All nighttime. Take our first engineering classes. It's been a while since you've taken your first physics class. You wonder who will teach it after Professor Howell died. He was a teacher back on the ship. Who could replace him? Congruence is waiting placidly for the class to begin. Oh, Selene. Hello. It has been a while since you came to join us for the ground world of physics. Don't be surprised. I'm teaching the class now. Professor Howell's absent. Congruence has taken the place at the front of the class. Today we'll learn about me. I'm the onboard ship's intelligence. What does that mean? Any questions for me? What's your job? Well, right now, part of my job is showing animal videos to children in the crash. and part of me is here teaching you. But most of me is monitoring the engines which give us power, and the life support systems that make you comfortable here. How do you know so many things? My brain is big, she explains. It's enormous, really much bigger than the little monitor you see here. The ship's HoloNet, so anything you can look at the holopabs, I just know. Congress explains that she had to do all kinds of calculations to help the ship fly and land it, and she was designed to provide a user-friendly interface on the ship. But how modded me to be far more than that. Now I can even tell jokes. Why did the computer cross the road? I don't know. Congress smiles widely. Binary code! I can't read that. Anyone want to read that? I can't read that. Supergirl! We got some engineering and some reasoning. Neat. 2 data points form a line, but 3 is a pattern. The colonies beyond high alert glow, hoping that creatures beyond the wall don't return for the 3rd year in the row. Surveyors keep reporting to see unusual animal activity. Even plants seem different, they say. And the new tracks must have been left by creatures larger than heavier than ever seen before. During class, when the sirens begin to ring, the other kids all fall to the alert hush. There's one assembly. This is one of the assembly points. You should be safe here. But it wasn't safe here last year, Professor Howe. What do the creatures get in? Congress' new teacher is just a face and computer. She can't protect anyone. Please stay calm, children. The defense squad is already en route to the creatures. This should be over soon. I'm gonna leave. You stand up and leave. They look at you like you've got 3 heads. As you walk through the outer cores engineering, something doesn't feel right. You listen to the dim emergency lighting and hear metallic popping overhead. Ventilation ducts? Your blood goes cold. Monsters! They're here! You follow this out of the workshop and force yourself to look through the slats in the vent. You grasp 2. Glistening bug-like creatures look down at you. No. 4? 6? They blink in psychoptic pairs. Then you hear it over the sirens, a soft pinging noise halfway from a chirp to a punt. The creatures skitter spider-like form from one side vent to the other. A small, furry tentacle slithers through the slats, searching for the vent release. When it can't find it, it bangs its body against the inside of the vent, trying to dent the metal. There. Yeah, right, super cool. You grab a screwdriver and jam it through the slats of the vent. It's an easy kill, like stabbing a fish in a barrel. It slumps out the floor, dead. Looking at the body, you feel kind of sad, but you're not sure why. It was a monster. Could have broken the engines, or worse. It is long before the sirens turn off, bringing 3 short pulses. It's all clear from your holopad. You and the other children file out of engineering, and you head back to your quarters. Your parents will want to know you're safe. Your dad gives you a big hug, but your mum slumps in the seat. It's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters. But your dad pets your hair and shushes her. I'm sure it's just bad luck, Overbell, he says. Your mum shakes her head and folds her hands in her mouth, staring out the porthole window to the fields. Are they trying to starve us? Like, that wouldn't be nice, they're trying to starve us. We're 13 now. Tangent is standing with her face up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheek. They melt almost instantly. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stings because they're made of acid. Acid snow? She nods. The HoloNet entry doesn't say it's harmful. It freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and turns into tiny crystals that are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under the microscope. She sticks out her tongue and lets of it land on her There's some mistake fall on it. It tastes kind of sour but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Lang pulls out a jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but understanding is incomplete. The big mushrooms changed in shape and colour before the snow began to fall. I wonder if it's some sort of signal to precede the changing of the seasons. What happens if I expose the samples collected in dust season to the snow from quiet season? A small smile creeps across her face. There's so much to learn about this planet. You and your brother are so much alike. She narrows her eyes. Yes, we used to get that a lot. I guess it's still true if you think sneaking out of the colony is the same as valid scientific research. She frowns at you. He's so dumb, she mutters. He only cares about feelings, especially his own. What was the new job here? Bullet for your body now. Hey kiddo, your dad says. Can you hand me that separator? I really got my hands full here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I'd drain this little beauty. Can you hand me a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juices. It's sticky and smells like rotten vegetables. When you're done, he looks at your pride. You know, I've been thinking about getting one of you kids to come help with the researching native plants, he says. You might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology. It's not as glamorous as genetic tech research, for instance, but it's important. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a big fan of alien plants, you know? If you're up to her, we fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else, but there's got to be more on this planet we can cultivate. You find any cool plants while exploring? Bring them back here. Okay, so what can we actually do with that? Like 2 biology and 2 organizing. Okay. That's neat. Let's do some more combat training. Your hero security sheet is on the odds on the lookout for lookouts. That is kids for kids to chill out on top of the walls in the afternoon and count Xenos. Sounds way better than going to class. Alright, he says. Look at the edge of the field. What's that sign say? I read it aloud. You read it aloud, and he says, if you can read this, your eyesight is 20/20. And what a weird sign. What does that mean? Good, you pass. Come back next month. I'll put you on the roster. Apparently you can do lookout duty. But that was cool. Whoa, we got 6 combat from that. Oh yeah, like super go, heroic status, super strength. We learned a bunch. You wake up to the sound of your parents arguing in hushed tones, trying not to disturb you. You blink away. But you remember, oh wait, isn't it your 13th birthday? Where are your birthday cuddles? Your parents always make a big deal about it. You peek through the privacy curtain to listen in. You're being unreasonable. Slane's a teenager now. You have to give him the opportunity to take calculated risks. Or he'll start acting out. That's just what being a teenager is. Going off into the wilderness isn't a calculated risk, your dad replies. It's too dangerous. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they usually do it quietly. Or go into mediation. This makes me really upset. It's unsettling. You don't need to... They glance at you. Your mom holds her hand in silence. Goes back to talking. Jeriam. She grates. You said yourself that every person out there surveying for edible native plants. And you're even going yourself? Why not our son? Because Flu, he's our son. It's our responsibility to keep him safe. We're not keeping him safe by coddling him, your mum almost shouts. Slane's survival depends on us understanding this planet we're living on. You're not doing any colonies by pretending he's not the case. I can take care of myself. You're brave. But you aren't stupid. You assure them. You'll stay out of trouble. Your dad sort of sag as he shakes his head. You barely know what's out there, kiddo. Well, you know maybe more than he thinks. Your mum's physics expression offers. Sorry, Selene. It's your birthday today, and here we are arguing like a pair of a-holes. Happy birthday. They both give you a hug. We meant to order up from the canteen, have your usual birthday breakfast, but we got to talking how Eurotopia's open positions for expeditions for kids 13s and older, and well, that's you now. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I know you'll feel better knowing that you were safe inside the colony walls. Aw, we can go on actual expeditions now. Okay, I think we're doing that. Because, like, we're actually allowed to go out now. Like, sweet. Yeah, we're doing that. Also... Whoa. A drone rifle? Ooh. 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 Like, stun gloves? Stun gloves sound pretty cool. Or tase gloves? I want the plasma cutter. This is going to get more useful because it's +2 to all physical challenges. This is used for pairs, which... I mean, 2 pairs are better. I don't know what to grab. Taser gauntlets? Plasma cutter. Taser gauntlets sound so cool, though. I'm grabbing it. They sound too cool. There goes all of the money. And yeah, if we're going out, we need to be prepared. You find your dad comparing notes with plants. When he sees you, he gives you a big hug. Kiddo, I've been thinking. I want to say sorry about how your mum and I were arguing your birthday. We disagree sometimes, just like every couple. But it's unfair that you had to see how the soy sausage gets made. It's okay. Thanks for saying so. You're a great kid. Your mum and I talked it out. We're both just really putting everything into the farm right now. We're just making it snappy. You don't have to worry about it. I am going out. You can't stop me. Let's survey the plains. This sounds fun. When you boarded the expedition autobus this morning, you didn't know what to expect. It trundled you and a bunch of other surveyors a few clicks to the plains. A high flat area, cooler weather in your colony. You could barely control your excitement as you watched the landscape change, and you're here. You're finally old enough for a real survey mission outside the colony. The chief surveyor reached you. I just gave her the plasma cut. I'm glad I didn't buy that. He said. It's a tool for cutting and heating things. You can use it to make a fire, cauterize runes, boil water, and cut some materials pretty alright. You can also use it for self-defense too, but I don't suggest it. Are we going to be in danger? This is a quiet area, and what we're supposed to be doing, and what we're doing, we're not supposed to be in danger. We're just taking a few notes and pictures and tracking fauna. Just don't touch anything unless I ask you to take a sample. Everything's potentially dangerous. We don't know much about what's out here. That's why we need surveyors, even you young'uns like you. In the plains, you can assume. Prosaic Plains are a sparse region. Like you can assume from the name. You can see things from a long way off. Utopia looks at the horizon, squinting at the horizon. And what you're going to do if you see something coming for you? Avoid it? Good kid. She approves. This joins you. He must have come on an early autobus. Ah, good you're here, she says, digging out another plasma cutter. You two greenhorns are with me, for the foreseeable. Now. We don't gotta sniff around each other's butts all the time. I do expect you to come in yelling distance. Comms can get spotty out here. You and Dis share knowing glances. You've both been sneaking out from long before you were officially allowed to. Utopia hands you a surveying drone and shows you how to launch it. It automatically performs a scan of the local area when you go. Through detailed scans, though detailed, it still needs to be done manually. When you return back to the depot, unless your findings are HoloNet. Your job is to cover ground, see what's here, and so long it isn't dangerous, record it. Yeah, me and Dis have been out here a few times. This is nothing. This is cool. It's very pretty. Crystal sparks from this area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it. You have to work to get free. I'm gonna take a break and play in it. You make a snow buddy, or at least you try to. The tiny blue crystals don't pack well together and it just kind of melts. And it gives you kind of hot scratchiness. Probably should have worn gloves. Yes, hi. Hey, Selene. This greets you cautiously as you pass the narrow path. Do you want to, do you want me to show you something? Yeah, you always find the coolest stuff. I follow him for nearly half an hour. A couple of times he stops to listen for something, then continues onwards. I wonder if he's lost. You're about to say something when he holds up his hand for silence and directs you to crawl under a huge mushroom. On the other side is a view of a perfectly round pond. Taking up most of it is an enormous Xeno with its long legs underwater. It's a bow-near. They live in swamps and don't usually see them here. This one seems totally at home. It dips its long neck. This one seems totally at home. It dips its long neck, and even a longer mouth into the pond, sucking up water from the bottom and spewing out the top, at the back of its head. Right, its back. The spray is beautiful, sparkling in the sun like tiny colourful bird-darts. Tiny colourful bird-like creatures dart around it, catching tiny fish that come spraying out. What is it doing? I think it's eating the mud, this says, or something really tiny in it. I'm sure it eats a lot. But that is cool. You stop to watch a shaggy pile of purple-furred creatures meander down the slope. You've never seen them before. Study them. And we did it. The creature's fur is glass-like. So it must be some kind of photosynth. An animal that gets part of its energy from the sun. You've heard of creatures like this, though you've never seen any yourself. Your survey journal doesn't have any information. You found a new species. Maybe? That'd be cool. You decide to name it just in case. You look at it through the binoculars. You can make out it has super long jaws and like a huge underbite. You name it. Sun baskets. Naming things is hard, so sun baskets will have to do. You log your discovery. We did a science. Science? Science. One of your jobs as surveyor is to document flora and fauna with through photographs. You see a skittish flock of really long insects. Each one has 10 to 20 sets of wings, long rods with knobbly bits at regular points. They're moving so fast, it's like a blur. You've got a camera built into your hollow palm, but it's not equipped for difficult shots like this. You'll need to put in work. try to sneak closer. We got a +5 kudos then. You cautiously crawl up beside the subject, raising your hollow palm to get the best possible picture. Ouch! As you take a photo, it bites you in the finger. You hope it's not venomous. On the bright side, I got the photo. And I go home. Okay, you're back to animals knowledge and some perception. And now we're tied again. Ooh, medical plant. Dislike them. Now I'm going to relax. You're sort of half-heartedly scouting along the walls when you come across what looks like a tiny memorial sign tucked in an alcove. There's drawing of mementos from people who've passed away, including Tammy, who struck once again with a senselessness of her death, letting it grief wash over you. It's hard to believe you came through space to only lose a friend all of a sudden so pointlessly. I'm gonna forget the cotton candy. We have that though. We've passed through 2 and a bit years in game, and my throat is starting to hurt now because I've been talking all evening, and I probably should have hydrated better. Whoops! But it's a good time to stop here. So yeah. Let's go ahead and switch the camera. Thank you for all coming today. Yeah, I'm gonna go hydrate after this, which I should have done. I should have gotten more drinks before the stream. Yeah, but still, thank you for coming, and anyone else who has as well. I always appreciate every single one who comes. You're all cuties, you know that? All of you are cuties. Yeah. Oops. There we go. As always, just to put my link here for it. I have a Discord if people want to join it. If you just want to come and say hi, or just share like a random thing. So, yeah. With that, let's go ahead and set up a raid, I guess. But thank you everyone for being here. Yeah. We'll do Corgi again. I know Corgi's live, and Corgi's a cool bean. if I remember how to do it. I've messed it up in the past. Yeah, again, thank you guys, everyone, for coming. Hopefully we'll be playing again next week, though I will post a schedule probably tomorrow to let people know what we are and aren't doing. Okay? Yeah. And if any of you want to leave a message in chat, then you can leave this message. Yeah. The club brings in, yeah. Yeah, thank you all. Night, Zeltion, and night, everyone else. Yeah. Yeah.